This week we're going to give you the 5 worst movies of the summer, starting with number 5, The Backup Plan. It's hard to imagine that such a can't-miss formula as artificial insemination in Jennifer Lopez crashed harder than BP's stock price. But seeing as how the peak of Lopez's acting career is made in Manhattan, maybe it's time she put her acting aspirations to bed, and then smothered it with a pillow just to make sure. Unfortunately, that would leave more time for her singing career.
I like Jennifer Lopez. Number 4, Furry Vengeance. Brendan Fraser hit the big screen with, you guessed it, more talking animals. Unfortunately, these little mean animals were the worst parts about this film. You were supposed to feel sorry for them because the evil humans were planning to chop down their forest. But these creatures were never very likable. They were mean, they made people disappear, and they had thought bubbles pop out of their heads with video of what they were really thinking. A crime far worse than having them simply talk. Note to producers, if children in the audience scream out, "Don't let them get away," and they're talking to the villains, that's a sure sign that your movie probably isn't very good.
And now at number 3 is Marmaduke. What a shocker, another horrible movie with live-action talking animals. And it's a surprise because that concept works so well in, Anyway, there's nothing redeeming about this movie. The so-called jokes were painful, the characters, both human and animal, were annoying, and the story was as trite as it was idiotic. Watching the Marmaduke movie was the biggest waste of time since reading the Marmaduke comic strip. With the same speed that Marmaduke can ruin his family's house, this movie ruined my faith in humanity. The fact that there's real people in the world that would actually slap down $10 to see this CG trash pile makes me want to forget everything and move to a 100-square-foot shack in the Montana wilderness.
And this next movie makes me want to join you. Number 2, Sex and the City 2. If I ever felt like I wasted precious moments in my life, it was doing this film. The characters were self-indulgent, the plot was shallow, and their overall concept was at times utterly offensive. The best example I can use is when Carrie messes up and kisses another man, and Big gives her presents so she can remember their relationship. If this was on an alien world and this was the male alien's custom right before he eats the female, completely understandable. But on Earth, it made Sex and the City 2 one of the worst movies of the summer.
And at number 1 is The Last Airbender. With each new movie, M. Night Shyamalan raises the bar. Which would be great, except he seems to be setting a new standard for unwatchable movies. And The Last Airbender may be his worst to date. And yes, I'm counting the one where trees kill people. From the horrible acting to the worst screenplay ever written, it would be easier for me to sit here and name what went right with this film. Nothing. Shyamalan's ability to take such a great TV show with a loyal fan base and turn it into something so unbearably awful earns The Last Airbender the title of Worst Movie of the Summer.
And for the next 10 years. I just feel tainted after watching this film.